new study has come out looking at how effective different exercises are for depression. It's pretty well established that exercise can help. The interesting thing about this study is that it's compared it to other treatments, such as medication and therapy. So we can see if it's better or worse than these, and it's revealed some very interesting results, which we will go through in this video, including which exercise appears to be the best. Now, mental health is a massive topic, and trying to help with this is important, especially when reports crop up like if you're under 35 or for men under 50, the most likely cause of death is due to yourself from suicide. So anything that can help turn that tide is worth paying attention to. A few things to note first, a lot of times things will be individualised. Different people will respond better to different things. One of the main treatments for depression is an SSRI medication, which has effects on serotonin, a feel-good neurotransmitter in the brain. Now, in the study, it shows that a lot of exercises outperform this medication, and one exercise by a lot. However, this doesn't mean people should just discount taking the medication completely. Some people will tell you that's the main thing that's helped them. It's also the case that even if people knowing that exercise is better and will help, the motivation to actually go and do that, even when not struggling with depression, is a different story. So someone that is, the medication might just be the thing to help kickstart that journey. The medication, though, it does come with some pretty bad potential side effects for people. So knowing there's potentially better treatment options can be really comforting for people struggling. And with exercise, you're only getting a ton of positive side effects that come along with it. Therapy has also been compared with exercise and medication in this study, and things like cognitive behavioural therapy, or CBT, is right up there as an effective treatment. And this is generally a great thing for navigating life anyway, helping to understand the relationships between thoughts, emotions and behaviours. So we know medication has its place and can work, therapy can work, and exercise can. But which exercise is best, and how do exercises compare? Let's dive into the study. So it's a study from February 2024. It's a systematic review, so up there in the evidence hierarchy, looking at multiple studies, and it only used randomised controlled trials, so using higher quality evidence as well. And this was a big study with 14,170 participants included. I thought there were some weird findings, like why some things are better than others. There is also a really important factor that plays into how effective these exercises are, which we will also discuss. This is the main infographic of the outcomes from the study, and there's one exercise that is actually the highest of all of them, which isn't included on here, which we will discuss shortly and explain why it wasn't. So if looking at the red bit, that means there's not really an effect. To the right of that means there's a negative effect, so depression is worsened, and to the left, a positive effect, so it has helped improve things. And the further left, the greater the positive effect. So SSRI, the medication, is at the bottom, and we can see that this, for a lot of people, doesn't work well, with a chunk of it in that red part. The highest being walking or jogging on here. I think this makes sense, because a lot of time, if doing that, you're likely just getting outside and getting into nature. And there's nothing much better for clearing your head than that. CBT is close behind it, and then we get into a mix of different exercises that all help. The weirdest thing though is, why is strength better than aerobic exercise with strength? That one was a bit odd to me. You'd think that addition would make it better. The interesting thing with this is that walking and jogging were as effective for men and women, whereas strength training was more effective among women and younger people, and yoga was more effective among men and older people. So some direction of what might be suggested to different groups. Let's get old men doing more yoga and young women doing more strength training. Now, the really important factor we mentioned is that the size of the benefit with the exercise appears to increase with the intensity of the exercise. So the more intense the exercise, the better the effects. We also mentioned about one exercise being the best of them all, which hasn't been included on here. and that is dance. And I think there's a big reason why this is so high. It actually had a massive beneficial effect from the research. However, they've stated that due to the smaller number of studies, low number of participants, and that most research was in young women, they couldn't recommend it more strongly as an overall. The reason though I believe this is so high is because if you imagine you're dancing, you're more than likely doing that with other people, and building connections with others is so important for humans. More and more we realise the effects loneliness can have. Whereas walking is good, a lot of the time it might just be done by yourself. Dance is a double whammy of exercise, but also likely some connections with others. We can't deny the benefits of exercise. Not only is it protecting from long-term effects that end up killing you, like heart disease, it can also help younger people, where, as we mentioned at the start, the most likely cause of death being suicide. The main thing though is picking an exercise that you enjoy doing, and that's a better choice, as you'll be more likely to stick with it. Rather than forcing something like jogging just because it's higher on the list, but you actually hate it, you likely won't stick with it long. But just doing something, exercise has been shown again and again how important it is. If you're really interested in the actual mechanism behind what's going on in the body for exercise to have such a positive effect on depression, then watch this video here, where we go through really geeky and deep science of what's actually happening here with the chemicals that are responsible for the positive impact that we see.